I was going to take the weekend off from recording content and whatnot, and I've been playing God of War Sons of Sparta to make a little video on that and then probably go over the lore and story. But this conversation has been on my timeline, on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere that I look, people are talking about God of War, the remake, being toned down. And unless I'm missing something, unless I missed an interview, unless something like that happened, then I don't know where this conversation is coming from. I look at Kratos, I look at God of War, and I look at Santa Monica, and they gotta know what made Kratos such a different and special character at the time. His brutality, his anger, his viciousness, his savageness. What happened to him wasn't something light. He was basically tricked into fucking murdering his own fucking wife and daughter, his young daughter. He was tricked by the gods and then completely just used up by them. He was angry that he lost everything to them, and he took them down one by one. He went after them and he brutally killed them. He had no remorse for them. And this vicious monster that he was, this ghost of Sparta that he was, this fucking killer, is the reason that God of War 2018 and God of War Ragnarok worked. They had everything behind them to say, wow, this fucking almost irredeemable monster who did crazy harm to everything and everyone that stepped in his way, there was something there that changed. He was able to grow, and the reason that God of War 2018 hit so hard is because of all the crazy acts that he did during his time in Greece. And then you have in God of War 3 a little bit of Kratos maybe thinking about being redeemed or thinking about his past life, thinking about his daughter when he meets Pandora. He was protecting Pandora. He was trying to protect Pandora in God of War 3, and some people might forget that, but that was a very big part of God of War 3. And you'll see everything that you already did in God of War 3. And there's this small glimmer of hope that Kratos might do something different because he cares about Pandora. So it showed that even this monster who seemingly looks like a monster and kills and everything had some sort of humanity left deep inside him. And then that got explored later on. But when we're talking about some of the censorship, God of War fans seem to think that, they're going to tone down the sex minigames or tone down the violence that was kind of showcased. And I wanted to know if there was an interview or something that happened where they talked about this potential stuff being toned down. So I went on Google, I said, well, Santa Monica toned down God of War Remake. And then you get the AI fucking answer saying that, well, specific content changes haven't been confirmed. The industry and community discussing suggest some stuff may be removed for the God of War Trilogy remake. They say removal of controversial content, narrative refinement, gameplay modernization, and concerns over censorship. Longtime fans have expressed concern that these changes will amount to heavy censorship. And some people say that it is widely speculated that the at times explicit sexual minigames and certain depictions of violence against women will be removed or significantly altered to fit modern, more exclusive audience standards. Now, I get how that fucking sounds. That sounds fucking awful. Like, if you're gonna do that, don't even fucking remake the games, because trust me, I'm a huge fucking fan. One of my favorite franchises of all time. We have a 7-hour story video because I deep dived into that bitch like a year and a half ago. I love the lore of God of War. I love Kratos from the original, and I love Kratos now, right? But this isn't stuff that has been confirmed by Santa Monica, Cory Barlog. None of this shit has come from official sources. This AI just put together what the conversation is around what people think are going to get censored. This is just community conversation. Nothing has been confirmed. So what's killing me and just driving me nuts is that I'm seeing everywhere God of War Trilogy is going to be censored. I swear to God, if Santa Monica does this, we don't know yet. And trust me, if they do censor the fucking sex mini games, if they do censor some of the violence, if they censor like Poseidon getting his fucking head ripped off, if they censor in God of War 3, I remember we used this one woman to open up these gates, and then we put her into the gate, and then we left, and when the gate closed, they fucking crushed her. I remember that. I can't remember the goddess's name, but I remember that happening. And of course, in the sex minigame, I went up in there and I just pressed circle until my thumb like literally fucking cramped. Okay, I get it. We want that shit because that's original Kratos. So unless Santa Monica, unless Cory Barlog comes out and says any of this shit, then we cannot make any assumptions yet. We can talk a little bit about it and speculate it, but it's not fact. It's not something that's actually happening. And it's driving me fucking insane. And I was about to head out today to go do some stuff with my wife. And then I thought to myself, like, dude, if I leave right now, I'm going to have this shit on the back of my head of the whole day. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this. There hasn't been any confirmation, anything at all, suggesting that God of War Trilogy Remake, Santa Monica, Cory Barlog, or anyone is going to censor anything on the God of War Trilogy Remake. Now, I will say this. If they come out and say, yes, we're censoring it, Yes, we're removing the sex mini games because they don't matter. Yes, you know, some of the violence against some characters is going to be removed. That's going to be complete bullshit. And I'm going to get back on here and I'm going to talk hella fucking shit.